Welcome back to my youth. This is beautiful butterfly, and today we'll be talking about pressing on in Jesus. But first, I'm going to read Philippians chapter 3, 13 to 14, which says, "Forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead." So, pressing on in Jesus. On a run in the forest, I tried to find a shortcut and went down an unfamiliar part, wondering if I was lost. I asked one coming the other way if I was on the right track. "Yep," he replied confidently. Seeing my doubtful look, he quickly added, "Don't worry, I had tried all the wrong route, but that's okay. It's all part of the one." What's an
apt, apt,
apt description? Description of my spiritual journey. How many times have I stayed from God, given into temptation and been distracted by the things of life? Yet God has forgiven me each time and helped me to move on, knowing I would certainly stumble again. God knows our tendency to go down the wrong path, but He always ready to forgive again and again. If we confess our sin and allow His Spirit to transform us. Paul too knew this was all part of the faith journey. Fully aware of his sinful past and current weaknesses, he knew he had yet to obtain the Christ-like perfection he desired. Philippians 3:12. But one thing I do, he pressed on. Stumbling is part of our walk with God. If though our mistake that he refined us, his grace enable us to press on as forgiven children. Now, let's go over to Philippians chapter 3, verses 13 to 14. That's going to be the New Text this morning. And it says, "Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead, I press on towards the goal to win the prize for which God has called me, heavenward."
heavenward,
heavenward in Christ Jesus. Now let's go to Philippians chapter 3, verse 12. And it said, not that I have already abstained or did or have already arrived at my goal, but I press on to take hold of that for which Christ Jesus took hold of me. Now to get into the question, which is, what mistake can you confess to God today? And how can He ensure of forgiveness help you to press on in your walk of faith? Now, to get into that question, what mistake can you confess to God today? Is that you could tell God the things that you have mistakenly done wrong and the sin that you, like the mistakes you done, like when you, just like when we was talking about, what did we do yesterday? I don't see the lesson we did yesterday. I don't see the one we did yesterday. But yesterday when we was talking about, the certain sin, and that things that we shouldn't be doing, because we shouldn't be doing sexual things, and that was what we were talking about. But this lesson is saying, what mistake can you confess to God today? And you could tell Him anything. Like, I done this. You told me not to leave my children, but I left my wife and I left my children, or I left my husband and I left my children. And I want to do what is right. And I want my kids to be able to forget me. no matter no matter what the situation is, I want my kids to tell me what I done wrong, and that you could tell God how you feel and ask Him for your forgiveness. Cause yesterday we was in the lesson talking about let it go, and the questions were, what's keeping you from giving your life to Jesus? How might your life change if you let go? Because yesterday we was talking about forgiveness of sin, like the things we've been doing in sexual immorality. People that still struggle with that. But how else what mistake can you confess to God today? And what else you can say is, Father, I haven't really been nice to my neighbor. I've done so many things to my neighbor. I didn't have to do it, but I did. And what do you want me to do? How can I make this right? How can I change? What can I do to make it right? And what you could do right, it's starting about apologizing and tell your neighbor what you sorry for, because your neighbor said nothing to you. You started with them first. And to the husbands that left their wife and children, and apologize and saying for leaving you. And what can I do to make it right? I know you moved on with your life, and you don't want to give me no more chances, because I know you gave me more than one chance. But can I still see my children? Children, can you accept my apology? Why is that who loves their husband and children? Husband, ask the person, do you accept my apology? Children, do you accept my apology? And you tell them how you feel, and you tell them, and they will make it right for you, no matter what you're going through. And John chapter 1 verse 20 said, he did not fail who confessed, but confessed freely, I am not the Messiah. And James chapter 5 verse 16 says, therefore confess your sin to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. And so that is what God is telling us. Psalm chapter 32 verse 5 says, then I acknowledged my sin to you and did not cover up my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. So it's just like, so you just telling God what you just confessing with your mouth what you have done. because we are pressing on in Jesus. If you just talk to Him, tell Him how you feel, tell Him what you're going through, and say the things that you had done wrong, and let God direct you back to the right path. Now, how can His instrument of forgiveness help you to press on in your walk of faith? And what it means by how can His instruments and His assurance of forgiveness help you to press on in your walk of faith is that are you going to start staying on the right path? Are you going to walk by faith? Are you going? Is His instruments of forgiveness helping you to press on in your walk in faith? Are you going to stop doing the right thing after He forgave you? Are you going to walk in it?
Assurance.
And an example of assurance is that He spoke with quiet assurance about His future plan, and she gave Him every assurance that she would be there when He returned. And it means it's a positive, like something that you promise someone, you give them confidence. It's positive. Like He gave an assurance that work will not recommend until Wednesday, meaning you won't have to go until that day. So when it's means that how can His assurances of forgiveness help you to press on in your walk of faith? Is that it's like you're making a promise to God. You're not gonna do that no more, and things like that. And what can you do? And you can say, God, you say, Father, I know you forgave me, and I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna I'm going to try my hardest to press on and walk in your faith, because even though what I done was wrong, but you forgave me, and from doing the mistake I have, from the mistakes I have done, and so I owe it all to you. Because Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32 says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you." God forgave you guys a whole lot of time. That is a lot of forgiving, 7 times 7. And so God is a forgiving God. Don't take his forgiveness, don't take his love for granted. Now let's talk about walking by faith. We walk by faith and not by sight. And Galatians chapter 3 verse 9 says, "So those who rely on faith are blessed along with Abraham, the man of faith." Malachi chapter 4 verse 5 says, "All the nations may walk in the name of their God, but we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever." So we will worship him forever. We will join in with the heavenly angels, and we be singing. And it's like when you got the tornado watches and they put like one of those storm cameras to see what it's like what it's like when you're inside a tornado. Like I think it was either F4 or F5, and when you listen to it, it sounded like singing. Even when I showed a black hole, it sounds like it's singing. And then I said, "Mama, we don't know what's going on, but don't it sound like it's singing? Like God probably got them singing, because I don't know, because in heaven they are singing. The angels, they rejoice and stuff every time somebody come back into their life. I get baptized, and it sounds like it, but we will never know. And but Proverbs chapter 8 verse 20 said, "I walk in the way of righteousness along the path of justice."
All the animals that walk on all fours, those that walk on.
I believe it says Leviticus chapter 11 verse 27 says, "Of all the animals that walk on all four, those that walk on their paw are unclean for you. Whoever touches they carcasses will be unclean till evening. Psalm chapter 116 verse 9, that I may walk before the Lord in the land of the living. And that is a song. I think it was William Murphy. It was a song about William Murphy. And but Proverbs 4:14, do not set foot on the path of the wicked, or walk in the way of evildoer. That you do not want to do. Galatians chapter 3 verse 7. Understand then that those who have faith are children of Abraham. Galatians chapter 5 verse 16. So I said, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desire of the flesh. And that's what I'm going to read today. And so, make sure you guys are walking by faith and not by sight. And make sure you confess everything to God. Don't leave anything out because He already know what you done. So don't lie because He know if you lie, and He know when you tell the truth, because it's gonna be coming from your heart and you're gonna mean it. You're just not saying what's in your head. You actually meaning everything you say. Just like when you're praying, you gotta mean everything you say. And you guys can even say this prayer right here. Thank you, God, for your mercy. Help me to lead a life that please you, knowing that your Spirit is working in me to transform me into your Son likeness. And that's what you guys have to say. So pray that prayer when you go to sleep and talk to God. Let Him know how you feel. Let Him know how your family's doing. Talk to Him. Tell Him exactly how you feel. But that's it for today, you guys. And I changed my route around, so 1 Timothy 16:4 says, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. And our strength may fail. Our strength may fail, but our God will not. May He give you peace of heart and mind today. And that you will have a better understanding. And He will give you the knowledge that you need. And you'll be able to tell Him anything. And you'll be able to rejoice in His presence. So just remember, you are loved. And there's no better place I'd rather be is in His presence. And just remember, God loves you very much. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, make sure you comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and so we can share with others and help one another and be there for each other. We need each other the most, and be able to pray together, be able to tell each other how we feel, and let God know how we feel. And because God loves you very much, He will never leave you or forsake you, and He loves you that much. But other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed. Stay safe out here. And remember to pray and read your word. And make sure you mean when you pray, make sure you confess it with your heart. And make sure it is coming from your heart. And know and you mean every word you say in prayer. And don't just say what's just popping in your head. Confess and mean every word you say. I love you guys. For the rest of your day. And I'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you later. See you later. Bye.